In today's video, we found out what happens when Boss Relic meets Boss Dr. Slone inside of Fortnite to celebrate the end of Chapter 4, Season 3. So, where are we starting with this? Well, before we get into it, if you happen to know the name of this skin on screen right now, comment it down below, I'll be hearting. And roughly 98% of you guys watching right now aren't already subscribed, so tap that subscribe button. So, what's the plan for today's video? Well, the plan was to locate the location of Dr. Slone, get her on a car, take her over to Relic, and see what happens when these two meet. It's going to be an interesting one, so let's jump in and find out what happens. So we're now inside the battle bus, and the first plan was to locate the location of Dr. Slone, and then also locate the location of Relic. Obviously, we needed to grab ourselves a vehicle to take Slone over to Relic, and it's going to be quite interesting because technically they are on the same team. So will they team or will they not? That's the question. So we grabbed ourselves a fishing rod. That's going to come in really handy. My teammate Gamershot, he's got himself a little truck, and we're going to get in the truck, obviously hook on Slone, and then take her over to the location of Relic, which is super important as always to locate Relic and Slone, because without him this ain't possible. So we need to find out what's going to happen. So we're in our car, let's make a move and let's go and find him. So you can see we're driving our car, moving along and just simply waiting for Dr. Slone to spawn in at her spot, which she should be. Once we arrive there, she'll be in and we'll be able to get her on using the fishing rod technique, which we've used in many videos in the past. Also, you can use the jungle biome to farm up shields. Because this is on custom games, shields are going to come in super handy here in this situation, because we don't really want to mess around with low shield just in case Relic hits us, and if he eliminates us, we're out. Like, we are taken completely out of here, which would be quite rough, which we don't really want. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that's not the case. Anyway, we've located the doctor. Now all we've got to do is get the doctor on top of the truck, which can take a little bit of time. The fishing rod can be quite difficult to move her, and you can see lining her up nicely. We can fishing rod her on the truck to see what happens when she meets Relic. So come on, doctor, let's get you on Slone. Slone hopefully gets on now. Stay in the car here, keep it in, keep it, all right, nope, almost. Keep going, Slone, and there we are. Okay, Dr. Slone's on the mobile, and we can take the car now over to the location of the Relic boss who spawns in Rumble Ruins. So we take Slone over, driving carefully through this jungle, making sure we don't get her to fall off, because sometimes she can fall off, sometimes she glitches out and just decides to pickaxe randomly and fall off, but that's okay. We can get her back on using the fishing rods again by hooking her up nicely. We've got Slone back on our mobile, and we can get her moving over to the location of Relic. And fingers crossed, these two should battle each other, or they might team, because technically, according to the storyline, Slone and Relic have worked together, obviously to keep Slone alive. Relic was part of that, so it's quite important for that aspect of it. If they do team, I'll be very surprised, and if they battle, I'll also be kind of surprised. So yeah, here we are. Watch out for these beast swarms. We don't want these in our way. Let's get out of here. Let's make a move from here and locate Relic. On a side note, I've just released a meme prop hunt map inside of Tilted Towers, in the OG Tilted Towers, where you guys can play as any of the meme props in here, and also all the other props. Super awesome. It's like an updated version of my original Tilted prop hunt, but now a meme version of it as well. So you basically can play as every single meme in here as a prop, hide with other memes, and just go around and have fun. It's a super awesome prop hunt. The code's on screen. If you're a fan of Tilted or prop hunt or memes, then this map's perfect for you, because you've got all three in one, or if you're just a fan of one of them, then it's perfect as well. So head in with the code on screen. I'll see you guys inside of Tilted meme prop. Okay, so jumping back to the gameplay, you can see we now have Slone inside of the Rumble Ruin area. All we had to do was bait in the actual Relic himself and then see what happens when these two meet. Relic can be a little bit difficult to bait down here, but he sometimes comes over, and this is probably going to be the last time we're going to see Relic. I don't think he'll be in next season, and with this video coming out so late, this could be his last time finally actually meeting me as well in games, so that'd be such a shame. But come on, Relic, let's get you inside of here and see what happens, and hopefully Relic comes into here. I think he's on his way. Come on, Relic. Come on. Get down from there. Is he going to come down? Come on, Relic. You're so close. All we got to do is get him to TP down, and hopefully he will. Come on, Relic. Come on, Relic. Here he comes. Is he going to TP down? Is he going to decide to come down here? No, he's not decided yet. We're still going to hold our ground until he comes down. Come on, Relic. You got to be close here. You got to be close. Slone's making a run for it. We've got to keep Slone in here. We can't have her get out of here. Let's just hold off Slone here. There we are. Get her back inside. Come on, Slone, get back in there, get back inside. There we are, nicely in. Slone's back in, perfect. And Relic is down here, actually. He's on the other side. All we've got to do now is get Relic to shoot towards us, and hopefully, if he hits Innovator Slone, then it'll basically tell us if they are friendly or not. So come on, let's get this right. Switching over to the replay, you can see from Relic's angle over here, he TPs to this left side. Does he? No, wait, no. He goes invisible. Yeah, he does. He TPs to the left side, goes invisible. And he's throwing his flies in that aren't damaging Slone. He's also shooting towards Slone. And you can see the bullets are clearly hitting the Doctor here. And the Doctor is not reacting at all, which means that these two are actually on the same team, which is super interesting for the storyline wise. But we do know a way of getting them to fight each other, kind of. which I'll show you guys in a sec, where we'll actually be able to see who wins between these two on a creative standpoint, rather than it just being inside of custom games. But you can see, it's quite evident that flies do damage her, but even with the flies damaging her, she still does not aggro onto Relic. So it's quite clear that Relic and Slone are, funnily enough, friendly. They will not fight each other if they do happen to meet each other in game, which is very, very unlikely unless you're someone like us that loves these experiments. Now the next attempt is we've switched over to creative BR, where we've got Slone and Relic inside of here, and this is going to be perfect because what we're going to do is take the Relic inside of here this time, just kind of moving him in slowly by slide kicking him in, and eventually he arrives in, and we've got Dr. Slone over there, we've got Relic here, and we can see what happens when these two meet now on the creative side. This time's a little bit different because it's not actually the NPC Dr. Slone, it's going to be a spawned in version, but you can see this time they do fight, and she does have the same HP and the same weapons and damage as the original Dr. Slone. So now we can actually see who's going to be stronger. But in true facts, in BR, they are friendly. However, we want to see who always wins in these situations, so I thought why not create it, and we've got it right here. You can see Slone's going in against Relic here in this 1v1. Relic's trying his best to hold his ground, but missing a few shots. Slone also aiming in on Relic, but hitting a bit of damage there. It's like 50-50 right now. It's middle ground each way. You see Slone's dodging a lot of them bullets with that nice movement. Relic getting a little bit stuck in the water, trying to jump out a little bit, but missing a few jumps. Obviously Slone using the shotgun at range, which doesn't always work out the best, and she's missing a lot of shots. And Relic's still actually managing to hit some there with his AR, which is quite interesting because Slone is trying her best to dodge, but now she's stuck on the wall, going for some crouch dodges there. Relic in the distance, aiming in on Slone, still missing a few shots. Slone's trying to build down here. I don't know why she's doing that, but she is. She's decided to mine this section. Slone's going in with a shotgun, trying to hit Relic. Gets a nice little shot on there, another nice little shot, lovely there, actually going as low as cracking the Relic shield. Relic and Slone now in this little tight corridor here. You can see Slone's taking a lot of damage from the MK, but you can see Relic also lost his shield, whereas Slone still has hers. So it's an interesting battle between these two. Relic missing a lot of shots. The shotgun definitely does better in that close range situation. Lovely fly wasp there coming in from the Relic, getting a lovely 60 there onto the Dr. Slone. Slone is trying her best to hold her ground here. She still has shield, which is interesting in this situation. I thought she may have lost the shield. Lovely 72 coming on the range there on Relic. Another 24 coming in on Slone there. Lovely little 1v1 situation here. Relic actually takes a little bit of kind of gauge off the fight, I guess. Goes in with a lovely little fly there, hitting for 24, but trying to get in a position where he can bait back the Doctor into that fly situation. Relic moving back a little bit, Slone going inside, she's actually chilling in there. Relic moving back a little bit on this right side, trying to get that range attack again with the AR, but missing. Goes in for another fly throw, but misses it, and goes beyond. Another 66 there coming in with the shotgun. Flies coming straight onto the back of Relic, actually dealing a ton of damage to Relic. Relic's in a little bit of a disadvantage here, but he takes the best he can to take out them flies and does a good job against the flies and gets some extra hits on the Doctor. You've got to remember, overall, the Relic has got more HP than Dr. Slone overall, but she is definitely doing more damage with that shotgun. It's a super close fight between these two right now. They must be so close to each other. 85 there coming in from the Doctor. Doctor again taking another 24. Oh, and gets the 25 on the Relic and takes the victory with a quick little swoop up there. How much HP did she have left? Wow, less than 20. What an awesome fight that was. Don't forget though, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, head in to the new meme Tilted Towers map. If you love prop punts and you love memes, you love Tilted, it's the map for you. Use the code on screen to head in. I'll see you in there.